Japan has become the global epicenter of kaiju attacks, colossal, grotesque monsters that rise from nowhere, leaving cities in ruins. A militarized force called the Japan Defense Force, JDF, is created. They're the last line between civilization and chaos. But for Kafka Hibino, life isn't about glory. At 32 years old, he's a washed-up cleanup worker, the guy who scrubs the blood and guts after the kaiju are killed. He once dreamed of joining the Defense Force. He made a promise, long ago, with his childhood friend Mina Ashiro, that they'd fight side by side, protecting humanity. But life had other plans. Mina made it. She's now a legendary captain, leading the 3rd Division with unmatched skill. And Kafka? He stayed behind, living in her shadow, clinging to a promise he failed to keep. But fate isn't done with Kafka. It all begins with blood. Another kaiju rampage in the heart of Japan. Buildings collapse. Civilians scream. The Defense Force mobilizes instantly. Leading the charge is none other than Captain Mina Ashiro, poised and ruthless, mounted atop a massive feline kaiju companion named Renoa. One shot. One kill. The threat is neutralized. Meanwhile, Kafka Hibino and his cleanup crew arrive. They cut through flesh, remove toxic organs, disinfect gore-stained streets. It's a life Kafka knows all too well, dangerous, thankless, and utterly far from the dream he once shared with Mina. But something changes that day. A new recruit joins the cleanup crew, Reno Ichikawa, a determined 18-year-old who idolizes the Defense Force and wants in. Kafka scoffs at his optimism. But Reno's passion stirs something buried in Kafka's soul. Maybe. It's not too late. With Reno's push, Kafka dares to take the Defense Force exam one last time. 32. Out of shape, disqualified twice already. But Kafka doesn't care. He made a promise and he's not dying with regret. Then, the unthinkable happens. That night, while Kafka lies injured in the hospital from a minor kaiju incident, a parasite kaiju enters the room. It speaks. It smiles. Found you. Before Kafka can scream, the creature forces itself down his throat, and in an instant, Kafka becomes the very thing he fears most. His body twists, bones shift. He grows horns, fangs, claws. Kafka Hibino is now a kaiju. But unlike others, he retains his mind. He sees his reflection. Red eyes, monstrous jaw, glowing core, and yet he knows he's still Kafka inside. The government would execute him on the spot if they knew. Reno discovers him mid-transformation and raises the alarm. But when another kaiju attacks the hospital, Kafka, still monstrous, steps in. One punch. The enemy is obliterated. Kafka saves lives, but now he's a walking secret, a man with a kaiju's power and a human's heart. Kafka and Reno enter the brutal Defense Force exam. Hundreds apply, most fail. It's not just about physical ability, it's about mindset, will, the hunger to protect. Kafka struggles against younger, faster, more elite competitors. But when a rogue kaiju attacks during the exam, Kafka's instincts take over. He risks everything, breaking protocol to save lives, hiding his kaiju power in the process. But he's noticed. Hikaru Shinomiya, the genius daughter of the Director General and top scorer of the exam, watches him closely. So does Vice Captain Hoshina, a deadly swordsman with a smirk that hides razor instincts. Somehow, Kafka passes. He's in. Not as a hero, not as a soldier, but as a man balancing on the edge of a blade, with humanity on one side and monstrous truth on the other. Kafka Hibino is now part of the Defense Force. He's done the impossible, but every breath is a gamble, because the moment anyone discovers his secret, he's dead. Under the 3rd Division, Kafka trains harder than ever. Alongside him, Reno rises as a prodigy, and Hikaru Shinomiya dominates every combat metric with frightening precision. But while the others chase victory, Kafka clings to survival. He suppresses his kaiju form, barely, fighting to earn his place without unleashing the monster within. Vice Captain Hoshino watches Kafka with amusement. He's no fool. He notices Kafka's late reactions, bizarre recovery speed, and unnatural resilience, but instead of reporting him, he smiles. "Let's see what you're hiding, old man." Meanwhile, Hikaru remains a cold, elite soldier. She's the daughter of Director Shinomiya, the leader of the entire Defense Force. For her, failure is not an option, it's disgrace. Beneath her arrogance lies a deep trauma. During a live mission, the unit is sent to neutralize a medium-level kaiju outbreak. The team splits up, standard protocol. But it's a trap. A powerful humanoid kaiju appears, intelligent, fast, strategic. This is no ordinary monster. It speaks, it smiles, it's Kaiju number 9. Kikoru, separated from her unit, is overwhelmed. Memories flood her mind. Her mother, killed in action. Her father, distant and cold.
Rino Ichikawa, once a rookie, is now fighting for his life. He unleashes everything: marksmanship, strategy. He smiles. Guess I'll just have to cut him open myself. Hoshino will confront Kafka personally. Back at base, Kafka lies in the infirmary. Rino thanks him, but senses something is wrong. Kikoru visits and warns him. You're out of time. Hoshina's watching you. If you slip once, they'll kill you. Kafka nods. He made his choice the day he transformed. He's not running. He'll fight for humanity, even if it means dying as a kaiju. Hoshina is cornered, bleeding, surrounded. He grins. Let's see what you're really made of, kaiju number Yadinchi. He knew, the whole time. Kafka steps into the battlefield, and for the first time in front of everyone, he transforms. The sky shakes. Kafka's transformation is explosive. The entire base saw what he became. The moment the dust clears, Defense Force rifles are trained on Kafka. Kikoru screams, "He's not the enemy." Rino steps forward. "He saved us." But it's no use. Kafka Hibino is no longer a soldier. He's a kaiju, and there's only one law: eliminate all kaiju. Kafka is restrained and placed under arrest. The footage reaches the top brass. Scientists, commanders, even the Director General watch in silence. They know what this means. Human kaiju hybrids exist, and Kafka isn't the only one. But the difference? Kafka didn't attack humanity. He protected it. That contradiction shakes the Defense Force to its core.